What is coming ahead is going to be much, much worse, much, much bigger than what we have seen in the past. This is coming at a time when Hamas, they are now convinced, looking at Israel's behavior and also Donald Trump's generosity towards the Zionist state of Israel by giving them Golan Heights, by making Jerusalem the capital of Israel. Hamas right now is convinced that the only way forward with the Israelis is going to be fight, because that's the only option they have left. The Zionists, they are going to be mobilizing their army. They are already doing so, especially right now in West Bank. As we speak, there is a genocide taking place. The last 6 days, there is blockade. No aid is going through West Bank to the people of that residents. No hospitals are open, no school, nothing is working normally in West Bank. In other words, Israel is suffocating that place, and they are going to be committing these atrocities and starting this genocide for only to make it much worse for the people of Palestine. Now, before I analyze the situation right now, because I have a comment from none other than the Hamas leader, I want you to just consider subscribing to my channel for more videos and updates. Let's take a look at this particular news, and then we will break it down and do some analysis as to what we mean by this kind of reporting. So this is coming from the leadership of Hamas, and this article was published on Middle East Eyes. With the assassination of two of its most senior leaders and the devastating human toll in Gaza, the future of Hamas appears uncertain. But the scenes of its militia re-emerging hours after the ceasefire sent a message of defiance. These scenes outraged the Israeli public, who were told that victory would only come after complete destruction of Hamas. While the world hopes for an end to the violence in Gaza, Hamas senior leaders say a new chapter of their fight against Israel is expected, this time in the West Bank. As settler-led violence and Israeli military raids on Palestinian villages reach historic levels, many have lost hope that the Palestinian Authority and its president Mahmud Abbas can do anything to protect Palestinians from another all-out war. Instead, the lure of armed resistance championed by Hamas has influenced a generation of disillusioned and angry young Palestinians who have given up hope that diplomacy offers them any future. This week on the Big Picture podcast, we speak with senior Hamas official Bassem Naim, a former health minister in Gaza who now serves on the group's political bureau. Now, Naim believes, listen to this, Naim believes that Gaza was just the first chapter in the war and that the next will be more complicated and ultimately more devastating. I will actually play the interview, a clip of it, the first part of it, in a second, but just want to say a few things here. The reason why Hamas will be going in the West Bank to confront the Israeli forces is simply because after they have seen success in Gaza, after 15 months of genocide, spending billions and billions of dollars with all of these armor vehicles, technology, tanks, military weapons, you name it, Israel, the Zionist state, they have still failed in Gaza. Hamas knows, number two, Hamas knows the weakness of the Zionist forces. They know how to attack them, how to resist, put up a resistance against them. Number two, or number 3 point, very, very important, guys. Recently, as I have said, in West Bank, there is a genocide going on. They're suffocating the people of West Bank right now as we speak. The reason behind that could be, and I think this is very relevant to the current situation that the Zionists are going through, the reason could be because the Israeli forces, they are now terrified that another Hamas attack is possible or imminent because of what they have done on October 7th. Yes, we know the casualty numbers. They're not all to be blamed on Hamas, but the Zionist forces, they're convinced that Hamas is much more powerful than they have anticipated. I mean, when they have went into Gaza, they have seen tunnels. Even Joe Biden, Genocide Joe, he was amazed. He was shocked to see what was coming from Gaza when he mentioned that the resistance forces, they have actually dug tunnels deep inside of Gaza, 200 feet deep inside. He said this infrastructure, this kind of mechanism is so sophisticated that they caught off guard. Therefore, the Zionist forces, they are panicking at the moment. What they have seen in Gaza, they now believe that Hamas is going to come after them in elsewhere. Gaza will not be invaded by Israeli troops on the ground, as I have said in the past. And this is the view of Naim, the military chief of Hamas. He said that Gaza is right now not going to be a problem the way it was when the genocide was going on. But he said the ultimate battle will take place in the West Bank at the moment. Let's take a listen at this particular interview a little bit.
What exactly do you believe Hamas has achieved over the last 15 months?
Israel today, after October 7th and after all these 15 months, is not Israel as before. We cannot accept any foreign entity or any foreign force, Arabic forces, Islamic forces, international forces, peacekeeping forces. The main confrontation will be in the West Bank, not in Gaza Strip.
Does Hamas...
Okay, this is interesting. He mentioned that there will be no forces to give us security. He even included those Islamic forces, fake promises from Egypt, fake promises from Jordan, fake promises from the Islamic world. He said, in other words, what I understand from this, he was like, no, we do not need those kind of security. We do not need those kind of forces because we are ourselves alone sufficient for the confrontation with Israel. We do not need anybody's help. That's what basically he's alluding to.
Intend to take the fight to the West Bank?
Hamas is intending to defend its people. We cannot fight to improve the conditions of a prison. We are looking to get rid of the prison itself. If the Palestinians cannot reach their goal of an independent state, including Gaza Strip and the West Bank and Jerusalem, no one can enjoy security or stability or prosperity in the region.
Okay, so it is quite obvious what he was trying to allude to, which is that we have to have complete and utter control over Gaza Strip and now also West Bank, because the West Bank under the authority of the Palestinian Authority, Mahmud Abbas, led by Mahmud Abbas, is not enjoying any safety and security for the people of Palestine every single day, as I'm saying, or I actually mentioned in my other videos too, that West Bank is being suffocated. The Israeli forces, they're storming buildings, they're kicking residents out of there. Why would Hamas allow that to happen when they can easily deal with this? Diaper army, diaper forces, the moment they see those Hamas members, fighters coming on their way, they will run because of their experience, their horrible experience in Gaza, Beit Hanun, Jabalia refugee camp. People in Israel right now, the ordinary citizens, especially the Zionists, the hardcore Zionists, they're screaming, they're crying, they're shouting. Why? Because they are asking this question: how come we wipe out these places, Jabalia refugee camp, Beit Hanun, and northern Gaza, and still we see those resistance forces popping up? Where they're coming from, they don't know. They are completely lost 100%. And so this is what is being echoed by Hamas's leader, that the safety and security of the people of Palestine, both in West Bank and Gaza, must be ensured not by PA, Palestinian Authority, led by the sellout Mahmoud Abbas, but by Hamas itself.
Hamas was formed in the late 1980s.
I'm not going to be playing that video, but I just want to analyze a few things. But before I do that, I just want to share with you another article here. This is also coming in the news. As we talk about march to Jerusalem by the Muslims, we cannot ignore Syria. Right now, as you can see, this man, he is going to be the new defense minister, Syrian defense minister, Murhaf Abu Kasra, has appointed a new military commander to oversee the country's southern region in a move aimed at establishing government control over the area and stabilizing the security situation. So basically, Syria now, they have appointed new military chief for south amid Israeli incursions. So this all time there was only talk that Syria is really not doing anything. They're not sincere about protecting their borders, and that Israel can just waltz in and bark like a dog and have complete control over those territories. But that seems to be not the case this time anymore. Why? Because now they are taking action. Syrian authorities, they are not talking the talk, but they are walking the talk right now. A former commander is in Sunni Islamist group Ahrar al-Sham, Binyan Ahmed al-Hariri, has been chosen. So his name is Ahrar al-Sham. Take a look at them. He is now going to be a commander. Now these people, they are not ordinary fighters. They face the Assad regime, their military forces equipped with modern advanced technologies supported or provided by Russia for a very long time. And they were willing to die for their causes. So don't take these people lightly. If they take up arms against Israel and get support from Turkey, especially Turkey, and also from Qatar, obviously, no doubt about that, then you have to fear him and people like him, men like him. Why I'm saying this? Well, it is because right now, as we have spoken about this, Turkish president, Qatar, they're meeting and they're making their next move. They're planning the next future plan, next step, and that is happening every single hour of the day, literally. And so these people, if they get the backup from a country, this time they will not fail. They're gonna go to the southern border of Syria and wipe out the Israeli forces from Syrian borders. And we know that Ahmed Sharahi said that our goal, our destination is Jerusalem, not just Damascus. A former commander in Sunni Islamist group, so this is his name, Ahrar al-Sham. Now, Horan stretches along Syria's borders with Israel. So this is Horan is a place in Jordan, encompassing parts of Quneitra, Dera, and Al-SYED governors. Since topping the Assad regime in December, Syria's new Islamist-led government has been trying to integrate disparate rebel factions into a unified national army. Last month, 40 factions in the south agreed with the country's de facto leader Ahmed Shara to surrender heavy weaponry and join with the defense ministry. This is what is making Israel's nightmare even more intense. This is what they were afraid of so much, that the Syrian government will have a unified army unit that will be working as not just a militia. They used to work as a militia before, but no more militia type of army. These are going to be professional army supported by the funding of Qatar and technology of Turkey. That's what they believe, and this is what is making their sleep nightmares, turning their sleeps into nightmares. If you put all of this together, what is happening in Syria and also what is happening in Gaza, what is coming from Hamas, I'm pretty sure right now Hamas is getting support from some countries. We do not know exactly, that would be Iran or Turkey itself or Qatar, but Hamas would not say something like this. The leader of Hamas will not say we're going to go and fight for the West Bank unless he had some backing. And that backing could be coming from Iran, could be Turkey, could be Qatar, or could be all of them. We do not know. Or it could also include Russia or even China, because China is helping Houthis. We know that. Why not helping the resistance forces in West Bank? That would something that will absolutely be possible for these countries. What we are going to be seeing, guys, is going to be a much more dangerous situation for the entire people in that area. We never wanted a war. We do not want any violence. But again, as I said in the beginning of this video, Israel left us with no other choice but to go after them and kick them out from those territories that should not be. And the territories they're occupying illegally under the United Nations resolution.